Hello and welcome to the Hypnosis Academy. Today I'm talking about clean language, and I'm not talking about not swearing. Clean language in therapy. I'll tell you all about it on the other side. So there are two ways of talking to people in therapy. Both of them are completely valid. One way is dirty language, and that isn't talking dirty to people. Dirty language is language that is laden with suggestion and putting words into people's mouths, putting thoughts into people's heads. Dirty language. And then we've got clean language. Clean language is where you aim to not manipulate, not put into the person's mind one of your own thoughts or one of your own presuppositions. Okay? Clean language. So, before I tell you what clean language is, give you examples, I'm going to give you some examples of dirty language. So, for example, dirty language is this. So somebody says to you, you're in hypnosis, and you say, so what kind of garment is that person wearing? Okay. You're doing a past life regression. What kind of garment is that person wearing? Now, that's dirty language. Why is it dirty language? Because how do you know what garment that person's wearing? First of all, you are presuming that the person is wearing clothes. You're also presuming that the person is wearing garments. Yeah? Garment creates a certain image in the mind. So you are projecting your thoughts onto that person. That's what's called dirty language. Okay, I'll give you another example. The person says, and you know, I just get this, like I get a really funny feeling here when I see that. You know, it makes me feel funny, and you go, yeah. And that's probably a feeling of sadness, isn't it? Dirty language. How do you know what the feeling is? They said a funny feeling, right? So what you are doing is projecting onto the person that it's a feeling of sadness. You don't know. Like I had a friend, my friend, and he used a lot of dirty language. You're allowed to. Dirty language is really important in therapy as well. Remember, our job is to place suggestions into people's heads. And he would say, I'd say something like, okay, I'm seeing a flame, and you go, is that flame red or is it orange? I think, well, actually it's white. But that's super dirty. Is where you give somebody what's called a bind, a dichotomy of, is it this or this? Well, no, actually it's that. Okay, so that's what's called dirty language. Clean language is exactly the opposite. So, for example, somebody says to you, and you know, I just get a funny feeling here. And you say, so tell me more about that funny feeling here. Right, now that is the absolute classic clean language. Why is it clean language? Well, because I haven't changed any of that person's words. Now, you see, the tendency would be, so tell me more about that funny feeling there. But that's not what the person said. So I say, tell me more about that funny feeling here. Right? So that's what you would class as clean language. Right? So it's where you don't impose anything onto the person. You don't presume anything. Now, there's a beautiful process which I've used. I don't use it very often, but it can help to really dig up a lot of issues that are kind of hidden beneath. We know we have so much baggage, don't we? And it's this. So the person says, I just feel sad. Okay? And you say, and sad? And when sad? What more about sad? All right? Now that sounds like a weird question, doesn't it? And sad? And when sad? What more about sad? But it's completely clean. This was a system developed by somebody, it was two people I think, who wanted to develop clean language skills. Yeah. So you're not imposing anything. You're giving the person nothing except kind of nudging them through their own thought process. So, and sad, and when sad, what more about sad? Okay. Now, there's more to it than that. You know, things like, and sad, and when sad, where is sad? Okay. What is sad? How does sad look? So you can do the what, when, where, how, yeah, but you're just giving them the same word back. Now, this is important when it comes to where I see people making mistakes very often is when they change people's words. Okay? So for example, imagine the person says, I just feel sad. And the person says, tell me more about that sadness. That's not what they said. They said sad. They didn't say sadness. So what happens is this. Remember, people are giving you what are called hot button words. These are hot button words. These are the ones that shoot something off and emotionally. That's what you want. Sad can be a hot button word. Sadness could be nothing to the person. It could mean nothing. I mean, it's likely that it will do the same job, but never run the risk, because it's happened to me. I've changed the word slightly. I'll give you a very important one. When you're doing the therapies with parents, you know, chair therapy, and you've got the parent in the chair. If they say mom, you call her mom. Don't say ma'am or mum, mom. Okay, it's very important that you use the same names as they use for everything, right? I worked with somebody and he was saying, well, my mother, I'm talking to my mother here. And so I said, so tell me a little bit more about your mum's personality. He said, you mean my mother's personality? And it was because he was emotionally withdrawn from his mother, he couldn't call her mum, he called her mother. Okay? But that's what we have to work with. You're going to get the best result by using the same words and feeding those words back. In a course that I did about how to influence people, okay? Not the Dale Carnegie one, another one. One of the most important things that you can do to get somebody to like you, and obviously if they like you, you influence them, is to use their words, to repeat their words, not overtly, not so that they're totally aware of it, that's obvious, but it's amazing how you can do it and people they just think, wow, this person understands me. But you have to use their words. You don't have to paraphrase. You know, in counselling now, I was talking to a counsellor and she said, we're not allowed to give any advice. And I said, oh, really? What do you have to do then? Well, what we have to do is we have to paraphrase back to the person what they said. Now that's got its uses, absolutely. But if you are going to paraphrase, you're going to change, you're going to abridge, you're going to manipulate, you're going to distort, you're going to delete. And so it isn't as useful as when somebody says, because at the end of the day, this is the way that the world is. Okay, so somebody said that. So you're listening and you're going, yeah, I agree. You know, because as you say, at the end of the day, this is the way that the world is. Right, you can even say, as you say, that is the biggest compliment that you can give somebody, not only to them, but to their subconscious mind. It pricks up its ears and goes, this person was listening. Not only that, they agree with me. Not only that, they say the same things as me. They must be very intelligent. Honestly, that's how it works. Okay? Well, it's the same in therapy. When you are replying back using the same words as the person, two things happen. One is you hit the same hot buttons as they have. And two is the unconscious mind's going, wow, this person is really, really intelligent. They know what they're talking about because they're using my words. You know, it's just the way that it is. All right? So that's clean therapy. Clean therapy is not imposing anything on the client. Let the client tell you, and then you find out more about it. Now, the extreme version is, and sad, and when sad. What more about sad? Okay, that's extreme. But it's also just the same as saying, so, you said to me, I feel sad. Where is it that you feel that sad? Okay? Not where you feel that sadness. Where do you feel that sad? That's exactly the same thing. You're just still using the same word. And remember, the emotional words are the emotional words: sad, happy, fearful. Yeah? And it happens such a lot. I was working with somebody and they said some sentence and it didn't make any sense. Even if they said grammatically incorrectly, do not correct the grammar. Don't correct the grammar. Okay? Now, for example, I work with lots of Americans. Now, in England, we use adverbs. So we say, and I did it really badly. All right? But Americans don't say badly. They say, I did it really bad. Okay? Inside, my mind's going, that should be badly, But if I'm going to feed that back, I'm going to say their words. I'm not going to change any grammar. Okay? I had once a guy who said, I do got it, Gordon. I do got it. I'm going to use those same words, even though I'm not entirely sure if I understand them. I'm going to use them. All right? Don't change your client's words unless you want to change the client's words. Unless you're going for a reframe. Unless you're going for a play on words. Yeah? I'll give you an example. Somebody says to you, it's just a feeling that I've got inside. And you go, that's right. Because it's inside where the insights happen, isn't it? So you can play with words, all right? Or you can reframe them completely and change the meaning. But that's not what we're talking about. What we're talking about is clean therapy. People will take it as a compliment if you use their words. They will listen to you. You will have much more impact. Okay, so I hope that helps. I leave that with you, and good luck on your clean therapy. Give it a go. Fit it in. Listen to the way that people talk. Write it down and then feed it back. Okay, brilliant. Have a lovely week, and I'll see you all later. Bye-bye. I love you all.